In this video, we will delve a little deeper into Psalm 81. Sing aloud unto God our strength. Make a joyful noise unto the God of Jacob. Take a psalm, and bring hither the timbrel, the pleasant harp with the psaltery. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon, in the time appointed on our solemn feast day. For this was a statute for Israel, and a law of the God of Jacob. This he ordained in Joseph for a testimony, when he went out through the land of Egypt, where I heard a language that I understood not. I removed his shoulder from the burden, his hands were delivered from the pots. Thou kelpst in trouble, and I delivered thee. I answered thee in the secret place of thunder. I proved thee at the waters of Meribah. Hear, O my people, and I will testify unto thee, O Israel, if thou wilt hearken unto me. There shall no strange god be in thee, neither shalt thou worship any strange god. I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Open thy mouth wide, and I will fill it. But my people would not hearken to my voice, and Israel would none of me. So I gave them up unto their own heart's lust, and they walked in their own counsels. Oh, that my people had hearkened unto me, and Israel had walked in my ways. I should soon have subdued their enemies, and turned my hand against their adversaries. The haters of the Lord should have submitted themselves unto him, but their time should have endured forever. He should have fed them also with the finest of the wheat, and with honey out of the rock should I have satisfied thee. But what would the Lord like to teach us? Verse 1-5, a call to joyful worship and remembrance. This opening is a stirring call to celebrate God with music and gladness. It points to a sacred feast, possibly the Feast of Tabernacles, when Israel remembered God's deliverance. The psalmist urges the people to rejoice, not just with their lips, but with instruments and full hearts, recognizing God as their strength and deliverer. Verse 6-7, God's past deliverance. God reminds Israel of how he freed them from slavery in Egypt, answering them in distress and testing their hearts at Meribah, Exodus 17. The tone shifts from joyful celebration to divine reflection. God is saying, I was there, I rescued you, I heard your cries. Verse 8-10, a plea for exclusive faithfulness. This section is a pleading appeal. God reminds Israel that he alone is their Redeemer and Provider. He yearns for their exclusive loyalty. Open thy mouth wide, and I will fill it. That is, if they would trust him completely, he would supply abundantly spiritually and materially. Verse 11-12, the pain of rejection. Despite God's provision and grace, Israel chose disobedience. In sorrow, God allowed them to follow their own stubborn hearts, a form of divine judgment. These verses echo Romans 1:24, where God gives people over to their desires when they repeatedly reject him. Verse 13-16, the blessing of obedience. This is God's lament, not of wrath, but of sorrow over what could have been. If only they had obeyed, he would have protected them, defeated their enemies, and fed them with the finest of the wheat and honey out of the rock. These are symbols of supernatural abundance and sweetness, a life under God's full blessing. Psalm 81 is both a celebration and a caution. It begins with the joy of worship and the memory of deliverance, but quickly shifts to a divine lament over disobedience. God longs for his people to listen, trust, and obey because His heart is to bless, protect, and fill them. It's a reminder to us today. God doesn't just want our songs, He wants our hearts. And when we turn to Him fully, He meets us not with reproach, but with abundant grace and blessing.